I'm lost. Trying to get my way out, but I don't know where I can get out. Hang on. Nope, can't get out down that way. Straighten you up a bit. I say that a lot, by the way, 2 secs. That's better. Straightened up. Hopefully the sound's going to be alright, but I am definitely lost. Might need to do a bit of jumping across. Parkour!
Jesus Christ. That's Jason Bourne.
I'm not a kid anymore. 51 now, you know. This vlog, right? It's a weird one because I've been thinking about this for the last couple of days. And this vlog is either going to be an absolute revelation to you, or it's going to be, yeah, we knew that, or it's going to be, and I don't really mind. So in essence, it's a bit like every other vlog. It's just any of them. I really don't know. But to me, it was a big thing for me when I found it out. And the truth is what I found out, and it could ruin your life. This vlog could ruin your life for the rest of your life. It nearly ruins mine. But what I do is I try and put it out of my mind and just go with it. Sometimes you've got to just go with it. The words that I'm looking for this vlog, and to let you know, is the whole world is an upsell. The whole world's an upsell. The moment you might not understand what that means, you might know what that means, you might not care what it means, but the whole world is an upsell. The moment you understand, or you understand what the upsell meaning is the moment that you look at the world completely different. Your day-to-day living completely different. The day I found it, I've known it for a long time, because when you're doing sales, you understand that the world's an upsell, because that's what we do for a living. We sell up. And I'll tell you a couple of examples of that as we're going through. But the moment you realise the world's an upsell is more, yourself actually realise that you're being upsold too. It's quite a disappointing, feeling really, because you know it's being done to you. And you've got 2 choices then. You can either fight against it, or if you're not going to fight against it, you've got to just roll with it. And when you just roll with it, sometimes it hurts financially, but more morally it'll hurt as well, because when it morally hurts, you think to yourself that, like, am I being cheated on here? Am I being done? Or have I just got to roll with this? So let me start right back at the beginning. Let me take car sales, for instance, all right? Because that's what I was in, 15 years, you know that story. We used to have, every 3 months, we used to put special offers out, because we work in quarters of the year, 3 months. And we used to put the special new car offer out. The Vauxhall Viva, brand new, from 5,995. Only 5,995. So we had this one car, there's 22 dealerships, each of them got one car, so there's 22 of these cars. They're normally in the non-metallic blue, and in the non-metallic blue, they're there on the forecourt with the advert, we get it stickered up, etc., and it's ready to go. Let's say April the 1st, it's ready to go for April, May, June, it's ready to do. Then the bosses used to come in, have the car ready, have it displayed, ready to see. And then they used to say the magic words. Under no circumstances are you to sell that car. And you're like, well, why are we offering it there? Because it's a loss leader. It's a loss leader. It breaks even. We've only got 22 of these cars. Therefore, we can advertise it, but we don't advertise and lose money. However, you can step up, sell them from the blue to a white, which is a nice colour, or from the white to a red, which is a nice colour again. And you can step up, sell them at a cost of 500 quid. So the 5,995 then becomes 6,445 or something like that it comes. But the thing about it is at 6,445, the cost price of a different paint colour is 0, so therefore the profit then becomes 500 quid. There's the upsell. So we go to the market and go, great car, blue, don't really like that car, you're going to have to wait 3 months before you get it. However, I've got this one in white, it's only 500 quid more expensive, and it's a better colour and it'll hold its residual value. Do you fancy doing it? And people go, yeah, it's great, I'll do it. Upsold. Now take this a little bit further, that's just cars. Take this a little bit further. You go to a supermarket and you get to check out and you've got your stuff and you go, do you want a bag? And you go, yes please, upsold. They're not saying to you, do you want a bag, because if you do it's going to cost you 10p or 15p. I've actually been in other shops and they're actually charging me £1 somewhere along for a bag. So you're paying £1 for a bag. It's upsold, profit. But they don't realise, they don't say, look, this is the cost of it, if you're going to do it, it's going to cost you this much. Just say, do you want a bag? I'll even take you one step further. When I used to work in Gateshead selling cars, one afternoon I went off for lunch and I went to the McDonald's across the road, and I just went in there and just ordered a cheeseburger, because that's all I was having, just a quick snack, throw it down my neck and get back to work. And while I was there, I'm waiting because the cheeseburgers weren't ready to be done, they were being cooked. I looked to the left, and on the wall was actually their sales step plan of how to upsell their food. So when you say, can I have a cheeseburger meal please? They said if the client looks older than 12 years of age, you're supposed to say, is that a large meal? Yeah. Because 9 times out of 10, the client's going to go, yeah, please, that'd be great. So there's your upsell straight away. But these kids on the counter, they're just being told to do this. They don't understand the full reason behind it. But the amount of money that gets made on that, and that's just a very, very simple upsell. The next one, which is even big, this was one that got me, was when we were selling cars. We used to sell, like, the cheapest anybody could have a car was price of the car plus the road fund license. That was the cheapest you could have it. Couldn't get it any cheaper than that. It was really, rum pot, by the way. Anybody in the rum pot? Shelley works there. You couldn't get any cheaper than the price of the car plus the road fund license. However, 10 years into the job, somebody above came up with this great idea and went, why don't we charge an admin fee? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, £99 admin fee. Why don't we do that? Let me cross over here. £99 admin fee. Bit of a rush, isn't it? And somebody went, well, why should we do that? And then somebody went, well, why not? And they went, well, hang on a minute. If we're charging admin fees, we're already paying these people. So if we charge admin fee, it's clear profit. And what they did was they put the admin fee on there, and the admin fee was £99 for nothing. Within the first month, they put 120 grand on the bottom line, because out of all the dealerships with the admin fees, that's where they're making the money. So you can keep the cars at the lowest price. We advertise the lowest price cars on the marketplace, put an admin fee on it, and there's your 120 grand that hits the bottom line, yet you're still advertising the lowest prices. Upsells. Why is this important for me? I remember, I've been fortunate enough, by the way, I'm ranting, aren't I, today? I've been fortunate enough to get to Florida twice, to take my kids. I've been in a financial position where I can take my kids to Florida twice. And I always remember the first time, because the first time cost an absolute fortune. I always knew it would. The reason why I knew it would is because I've never been there before. I don't know my way around it. I'm going with somebody else who's advised me the way around it. And when they advise you the way around it, you take that offer, you take them up and just listen to what they're going to say. And it costs more. So we landed at the airport, and we went to pick our hire car up. And this is the first time I realised it, because I went over there to pick the car up. Just got a small car, there's 4 of us, but suitcases. And this guy, the Americans are masters at it. Do you want this? Do you want an upgrade? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want the other? Before you know it, I could have been upsold into fortunes on this car. And I went, stop, no, I don't want. And in the end, luckily enough, I clocked it. And I went, no, I don't want any of it. And his face was absolutely gutted when I did it. But I said, look, I just don't want any of it, I just want the car. And I walked away, and I knew at that moment in time that I'd been upsold. And I was like to myself, I've got a choice now to make here. I am 2 weeks on a holiday of a lifetime. That microphone's all right, yeah. I'm 2 weeks at the start of a holiday of a lifetime. I've got 2 choices. I can either fight every single upsell that I'm going to have, because it'll happen when you get to Disney, when it happens when you get to Universal, and I can have the most miserable holiday and fight against this, and therefore come back and go, yeah, Florida wasn't for me, I didn't really like it. Or I can just roll with it and just go with it and swallow it, sucker punch it, because it is a sucker punch when you know that you're being upsold. People who don't know they're being upsold will just have the most amazing time and just spend an absolute fortune. And I bit the bullet, and I went, no, just enjoy your holiday, Rick. So I actually went out and just enjoyed the holiday, and we had a great time. I think the holiday cost me, for 4 of us, it cost around about 7-8 grandish, I think. The second time I did it for about 5.5, which was, I'm just going to get across here. Yeah, cheers, buddy. I don't care. If you're hesitant on the zebras, by the way, they'll just keep going. So don't be hesitant when you're crossing the road in Tenerife, just go for it. The second time I went was a couple of years later. I did the same sort of holiday. It cost me 5.5 grand for 4 of us, but it was because I knew the upsell direction. And this time I was prepared to be a little bit more savvy. And we still had a fantastic time, but I just knew my way around it. So, at the start of this vlog, you might already know this. Here's a final one to leave it with you. Think about this one. Do you remember Little Chef? And the Little Chef's breakfast? We got trained on this. This is how we got trained, right? In car sales. This is honestly how we got trained. The Little Chef, you go into the Little Chef and you're feeling a bit rough, and you go there, you pull in, and you go and you get an English breakfast, a morning breakfast. And you go, hi, can I have an English breakfast, please? And they go, yeah. Do you want small or large? And you go, oh, even if you try and fight it, and you go, no, I'll just have a small one. You go, great. Do you want beans or mushrooms? Beans or mushrooms? And you go, I'll have mushrooms, please. Beans and mushrooms, they're not even on the menu in the extra breakfast, they're extra. And the beans and mushrooms are most probably at the time were about 50p extra or a quid extra, I can't remember what we were being told. And that put millions on the bottom line of Little Chef. So wherever you go, whatever you're up to, just think about the upsell, because it's everywhere. Everywhere you look, the upsell's there. Does that mean all upsells are bad? Not necessarily, no. Like for instance now, Saturday afternoon, I'm on a day off, and I'm going to go and watch Michael Levy Jr. down at Calypso on his world famous, Tenerife famous Saturday Club, because it's a brilliant Saturday Club. And I've been meaning to get down here for a long time, and I've not been able to get there. So a bottle of beer down there, Dorada, is most probably £3. And they'll say, hang on a minute, you can have 6 for 15. 100% is that an upsell? 100%. I didn't say all upsells were bad. I just said you got to be aware of them. So in this instance, even though I'm ranting about upsells, I'm going to go enjoy this upsell. I'll see you on the next one. As always, you know what to do.